The U.S. military said 2 of its warships sailed near islands claimed by China in the South China Sea on Monday, a move that angered Beijing. The U.S. guided missile destroyers Preble and Chung Hoon traveled within 12 nautical miles of the Spratly Islands. U.S. Commander Clay Doss of the 7th Fleet said the innocent passage aimed to challenge excessive maritime claims and preserve access to the waterways as governed by international law. The Chinese responded that the moves by the U.S. ships infringed upon Chinese sovereignty and damaged the peace, security, and good order of the seas. That China is strongly dissatisfied, and China is urging the United States to stop provocative actions. South China Morning Post in Hong Kong reporting that China expressed its strong opposition Monday to the U.S. warships, saying that the incident was the 3rd time this year that the U.S. has conducted freedom of navigation operations in the South China Sea. China's Navy said it was on heightened alert and would take all necessary measures to safeguard China's sovereignty over the South China Sea. South China Morning Post also reporting that Beijing is conducting live fire military drills in the northern end of Taiwan Strait as it signals its resolve to stop pro-independence forces in Taiwan. The newspaper in Hong Kong said that the drills were part of the People's Liberation Army's regular exercise plans and would involve actual use of weapons, live fire exercises. DefenseNews.com here in the United States said China is improving and increasing its options for a possible future invasion of Taiwan, according to a Pentagon report that was released. These options range from an air and sea blockade of Taiwan to a full-scale invasion of Taiwan. That's a Pentagon report. That's not a newspaper report. That's a Pentagon report. Of course, the other area of contention between the United States and China, and this is over tariffs. President Trump said today that he is prepared to slap more tariffs on $200 billion of imports from China. He's going to raise them from 10% to 25%. The Chinese are sending a delegation to Washington this week.
Yes.
It looked like maybe that meeting may be canceled.
It was enough to really shock the markets around the world. Started in Asia and went to Europe and finally settled down late in the day, but it was enough to cause jitters for a lot of markets.
Well, the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman said that China is still preparing to send a delegation to Washington for talks with President Trump. And so I think that's going to go on. Also, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo today in Finland vowed to counter China's efforts to bolster its activities in the Arctic.
I didn't know we had a lot of activity going on in the Arctic.
There's a lot, Doc. 7 countries have territorial claims on the Arctic. There's a treaty. And there's 7 nations that have, and I don't know all 7, it's the United States, Russia, China, Canada, and I forget who else has claims. But there is an agreement that these 7 nations control the Arctic. But there's a lot of minerals there, oil, there's gas, there's a lot of stuff happening. Of course, militarily, it's a strategic place to be located. And so Mr. Pompeo said that under President Trump, the United States is fortifying America's security and diplomatic presence in the Arctic. One other closer to home, Panama got a new president.
Yes.
And Mr. Cortizo was elected over the weekend. And one of the first things he said was the United States needs to pay attention to Panama and Central America, or we're going to go pro-China.
Now, I'm not a smart man, Rick, but that's signaling to me that there's some wheeling and dealing getting ready to go on.
That's right.
I mean, China has had a big foothold in Central America for quite a while in investments,
yes.
and the U.S. has kind of taken a step back and everything.
That's right. And so, Panama under the previous president dropped their diplomatic ties with Taiwan and went to China. El Salvador did the same thing. Dominican Republic did it. Honduras is talking about doing it. So Central America is swinging over to being pro-China, and China's using the tactic that the United States did for decades. That is foreign aid, yes. Investment, and so China is taking their vast amounts of money, and they're offering foreign aid to countries all over the world, particularly Africa,
yes,
and Central and South America. So I just wanted to let everybody know that. I'm not going to say much about the North Korea. That Kim Jong-un shot off a few rockets over the weekend. The White House downplayed it as not a big deal.
All right, Shalom. All right, first and foremost, I'd like to get all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. I'd like to say double honors to my apostles, the great millstone that rule well. I'd like to say peace, salutation to the hopeful elect that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity. All right, this is Shar Gabar, with another lesson about war and rumors of wars. Why is the United States positioning the military in numerous countries? All right, so basically, not just Esau positioning the military in numerous countries, but Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is behind all the positioning the militaries, man. Okay, in numerous countries, according to prophecy. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to the scriptures, man, and go ahead and prove that real quick. All right, so just to let you know that us men of the Lord, the hopeful elect, prophesying, about war and stuff like that and things that's coming to pass. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it off real quick. Go ahead and delete this shit. Hold on. Satan trying to get Satan always trying to throw a monkey wrench in my lesson. That's okay. This Jeremiah 28:8. This Jeremiah 28:8. It said the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied above many countries. Prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms. Okay, so one of the great kingdoms is America, man. Okay, one of the great kingdoms is Israel. Where them Amalekites be, and them other heathen countries as well, man. All right, whatever prophet that's raised up, whatever prophet that's in every empire, always prophesies the downfall of it. All right. This is back in Jeremiah 28:8. It said, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Actually, right now, we prophesy of war now, because this World War III is brewing real fast, real fast. And it's gonna come a day. Not a long time, it ain't gonna tarry, but it's gonna come a day that it's gonna pop off, man. Cause Iran already already geared the war already, man. Okay, it's already kicking the war off with the Israelis, man. All right, so this popping off like firecrackers, man. All right, of war and of evil and of pestilence. All right, so us men of the Lord, the hopeful elect, prophesying the downfall of all these empires, man. All right, from aforetime until now. All right. Let's go to Matthew. Let's go to Matthew 24. and 6. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet." So the rumors of wars, you know what I'm saying? Rumor, let's go to the word rumors. Goes back to the Greek word okay. Okay means the sense of hearing, the organ of hearing, the ear of a thing, the ear, the thing heard, instruction. All right. Hearsay, report, like that Edomite was reporting all the different tactics that's going on in these other countries, man. That's exactly what rumor really mean. Report. Okay. So basically, he was actually reporting. So the scripture is not going to lie, man. All right. So it says the act of sense of thing heard. All right. Preach, report, rumor. All right. So basically, you know what I'm saying, it's rumors of wars going on right now. All right. It say, "Ye shall hear the wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled." Okay. "For all these things must come to pass." So you got to believe these prophecies, man, that these prophecies that got to take place. Okay. But the end is not yet. All right. Yahweh Shai ain't returned yet. The angels ain't come down here yet. All right. Because the end is not yet, because the Lord got his men out there prophesying, man, week in and week out, doing the videos as well. All right. Because the end is not yet. Because when all hell break loose, that's when the Lord going to snatch up his prophets, man. Because we out here warning right now. All right. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. Why? Because we already know that this prophecy of wars, you know what I'm saying, is going to come to pass. All right. We know it's going to pop off at any time. All right. That's why we not troubled, man. All right. They say, for all these things must come to pass. It must come to pass, man. And it's going to come to pass. But the end is not yet. All right. Because the Lord still got his men out there, you know, bringing his word, man. All right. Before all manner of hell break loose. Let's go to Joel. Let's go to Joel 3. I'm going to start at 2. It says, "I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat." Now, valley of Jehoshaphat in Hebrew means, Yahweh Shaphat means the Lord's judgment. All right. Yahweh's judgment. All right. "And will plead with them for my people." Who is the Lord's people? Israelites, so-called blacks, landers, and Native Americans. All right. "And for my heritage." Okay. It said, "Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land." So we've been scattered in different parts of the world, man. All right. And that was a curse among our people. Because we turned our backs on the Lord, and the Lord turned his back on us. So only way the Lord got to plead with us through the spirit power Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Okay. Because the Lord, you know what I'm saying, he's pleading with us now through these wars, man. All right. That's what's happening. Okay. I'm gonna jump down to 9. It says, proclaim ye this, Salakia. "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles." And the Gentiles, the other nations. "Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, and let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up." Right, because the war is going to take place in the Persian Gulf. Okay, that's where all the Middle Eastern wars is going to take place. Okay, so the Lord is positioning all the countries, man, together to fight. All right. It says, "Beat your plowshares into swords." And plowshares means the tools of agriculture. Okay. It say, "Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears." You know, like I said just now, tools of agriculture. All right. So they're gonna beat them the swords, which is modern day guns, missiles, 40 cals, 50 cals. You know what I'm saying? All these big manner of guns that the Lord gonna have these other nations use on each other, man. Okay. F-15 fighter jets. Okay, big tanks. What else? Aircraft carriers and all that stuff, man. All right. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your puny hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. So these other nations, man, these heathen nations getting stronger and stronger. Because back then, the America was the strongest, was the strongest nation as far as wars, um 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 because these other nations never ever, declare war on America. Never came over to America and dropped bombs, none of that shit. Okay. You know, but if prove me if I'm wrong, I think that happened one time. But but that's more of the story, Say beat your plowshares into swords and your puny hooks into spears, that the weak say I am strong. So the Lord is strengthening these other nations to fight against America and Israel. Okay. What else? Let's see. It says, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. All right, thither, cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord, Yahweh. All right. So when I say, when the scriptures say, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, okay, and gather yourselves together around about, thither. So that means wars, rumors of wars. Why is the United States positioning the military in numerous countries? No, man. Yahweh Bashir Hawashai positioning the military in numerous countries, which it says this, man. All right, it says, assemble yourselves, which is, okay, positioning, and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together. So the Lord doing all the positioning, man, round about, thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. All right. Let's see. It says, let's jump down to 14 real quick. It says, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Most High is near in the valley of decision. Okay. Let's go see what that valley of decision is, man. Valley of decision. Let's go to let's go to Ezekiel 6, not Ezekiel, Salakia. This is Revelations. I'm excited, man. Revelation 16 is 16. All right. It says, real quick. Revelation 16 is 16. It says, and he gathered them together in a place called, in the Hebrew tongue, Armageddon, means multitude of troops. All right. Verse 17, it says, and the seventh angel poured out his vial, which is nuclear fire, into the air, and there come a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne saying, it is done. Okay. So the angel's going to take part of this war. All right. And his chariots too. Okay. So the Lord is gathering all the troops together, all the multitude in the valley of decision, man. Okay. In Armageddon. So he mustering up the battle. Okay. Let's go to Revelations 16 and 12. Revelation chapter 16, verse 12. It says, I could have went to 16 to 12 first instead of going to 17. But that's the spirit though. It says Revelation 16 and 12. It says, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon a great river of Euphrates. So river of Euphrates in the Tigris, located in Iraq, Syria, and Turkey. All right. And the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. So that's talking about the kings of the east. That's talking about the Arabs, man, the Muslims, man. Okay. All right, them the kings of the east, man. Talking about them so-called Arabs, was the Ishmaelites. All right. So the Lord is positioning, you know what I'm saying, all the countries together, man, to fight, man. All right. Let's go to the last scripture real quick, and I'm gonna close out, and I'm gonna go to Ezekiel. Ezekiel 38. Ezekiel 38 and 18. Okay. Ezekiel 38 and 18. Real quick. I'm also using my scriptures as well. You know. I'm gonna read my scriptures. I like reading my scriptures too. Let's see. This is Ezekiel 38 and 18. It said, and it shall come to pass at the same time when Gog shall come against the land of Israel. Gog represents the Russians, man. The bear. Saith the Lord, power, that my fury shall come up in my face, for my jealousy and the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Okay, so the Lord's gonna be in the fire, man. He's gonna control the missiles, man. Okay, surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land. Okay, so it's gonna be a great shaking in the land, man. It's gonna be a whole lot of war. It's gonna be a whole lot of killing. It's gonna be a whole lot of shooting, man. It's gonna be a whole lot of bombs going off. Okay, that's why the Lord gonna cause the shaking in the land, man. The land of Israel, man. Okay, the Amalekites, man. Them Israelis, man. So the Lord is positioning the host of the battle. He positioned all these countries to fight, man. Okay, for my jealousy and the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely in the day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel, and there's going to be a shaking. It is going to be a shaking in the land of Israel, man. It says, so that the fishes of the sea and the fowls of the heaven and the beasts of the field and all creepy things that creep upon the earth and all the men that are upon the face of the earth shall shake. So the Lord going to destroy everything in his path, man, at my presence. And the mountains shall be thrown down, and the steep places shall fall, and every wall shall fall to the ground. Okay. So the Lord the Lord is gonna bring all matter of havoc, man, to this place, man. He's gonna bring all manner of havoc, all right, to these countries, man. Okay, that's why the Lord's positioning. He's got all these troops together. He got all these weaponry together. Okay, he controlling the king's mind, man. All right, what's that? Proverbs 21 and 1. So the Lord controlling all this, man. Okay. All right, Proverbs 21 and 1. It said, a king's heart, which is his mind, go back to Hebrew word lob, is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh by Shemawashai. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whosoever he will. So he's controlling the minds of these kings, man. All right. And that's why the Lord is positioning the military in numerous countries, man. All right. So with that, man, I hope y'all was edified. The water for the water for listening, okay, and taking heed, and Salakia for if I ever go off on anything, but other than that, man, Shalom. All right, y'all by Shema Shai by Shem Kakadash Barakathum. We almost out of here. Shalom.